We've got lots of different pigs down here at Jarrow Hall, and this is Sausage. She's our grand old lady. She's in charge down here, and she is a beautiful, beautiful Berkshire pig. She's quite elderly. She's got a bit of arthritis, so sometimes you might see her kicking her back legs, having a bit of a stretch. But you know what? She's quite happy snuffling around, and she's a very, very friendly animal. I mean, I don't have any food for her, and she's still heading in my direction and having a bit of a rootle and a tootle around here today. She's such a friendly animal. So these two are what we call our Iron Age pigs, and they're big, powerful, strong animals, aren't they? Now, the way that these have been bred is they're from old breeds, a mixture with 1/4 wild boar put in them. Now, the Saxons would have kept some domesticated pigs, but they would have been hunting wild boar as well. Now, pigs have got very poor eyesight, but a very, very keen sense of smell, and you might see that these pigs have got pointy up ears. There you go. So they've got quite good hearing and are quite alert. Pigs will rootle and tootle and dig up the ground with their powerful snouts, and are quite handy to have as a sort of tractor. So if you move pigs around an area, they'll quite happily turn the ground over for you, and also find and eat any truffles that you have grown under your trees. This is Ruby. Hello, Ruby. Ruby always likes to know what's going on, don't you? Now, Ruby here is a Mangalita pig. We've got two. This is Ruby, who's always likes to come and say hello. And we've got her sister Gwen, who lives in the next enclosure. They don't get along very well together, so that's why they live separately from one another. So here I am with Gwen, who's our other Mangalita. Very, very popular animals at Jarrow Hall because they're so unique looking, aren't they? Wow. Now, Mangalitas were very popular until about the middle of the 20th century, and then they lost popularity for a number of reasons. But there's been quite an effort put into keeping the breed alive and tracking down some breeding sows so that there's a viable genetic group to be working from, and we're very, very fortunate here at Jarrow Hall to have two wonderful sow Mangalita pigs. Now, Mangalita pigs were developed in the 19th century from lots of native and traditional breeds and wild boar. So they have a lot of characteristics that in common with wild boar. They're quite happy to live amongst trees and find their own food, and so they became very popular with people living in mountainous areas because they were very hardy, and yet unlike wild boar, they were quite safe to keep and friendly and easy to manage. Now, they also have an extremely high body fat content. You can get a lot of usable oil from a Mangalita pig. So that made them multi-use animals, and the Anglo-Saxons would have been familiar with using animal fats as oil in lamps and that sort of thing. But obviously people became more health conscious in the 20th century and didn't like fatty meat. They were looking for leaner cuts. So this breed lost some popularity. Now they're still very, very popular here at Jarrow Hall, and we would love you to come and say hello to them once we open. Finally meet Luna and Willow. These two lovely characters are Kuni pigs, which are from New Zealand, and that's a Maori name, which means fat and round, like quite a lot of us after this year of lockdown. We've got them inside today because they do love nothing more than to be nice and snuggly and warm, and so they're just much happier to be in the barn when it's so cold. They do have a lovely outdoor space that they have in the summer where you can come and visit them, and here's a picture from last summer. We do hope that we'll be able to welcome you soon. Tune in again tomorrow for more videos about the animals.